Hello, everyone. I hope that you are well today. We are going to flip through the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. Now, this was something that I had seen on Amazon. I hadn't really seen anyone flip through this deck, but when I saw the artwork in it, I was like, you know what? That's kind of what my brain looks like when I close my eyes at night. So I probably need to look at this deck because I feel like it would really work well for me. And first off, the guidebook is really quite extensive. I like the way she's broken it down, and it's not just about here's this card and what it means, but rather how she came up with the art itself. The cards are interesting. They do seem to be very good quality. They flex back to their original shape. They aren't the easiest to shuffle because they're quite large, but I don't find that to be a hindrance. I quite like large cards, and I would choose a larger card over a regular size or smaller card just because the way that I read the cards, I like them to be sort of easier to see, I suppose. But this deck is just so interesting. It's kind of a mix of a tattoo feel with a graffiti art. And like I said, I'm really drawn to this kind of art. I don't know that I love it in my tarot deck. I haven't used this one enough to really know because it's so multifaceted. I feel like for the way that I read, I like more of a quiet, simple deck, but the artwork in this was just so phenomenal. Like I said, often when I close my eyes, this is the kind of art I see, which maybe is why I'm more drawn to a little bit quieter decks, because there's so much confusion going on in my brain that I don't need to add to it. I don't know. So overall, I would say that this feels kind of Rider-Waite-Smith-y, if that's a word that I invented, more so than any other system, really. But because of the way the art is drawn, I wouldn't recommend this for a beginner reader unless this is the art you see when you close your eyes, in which case it could work very well for you. But it's really more, I think, for somebody who has already explored the art of tarot and the Rider-Waite-Smith system and has an idea of what the cards are supposed to say. But I suppose it really depends on your reading style. So if you're more of an intuitive reader and you strictly go off that, this actually might work really well for that type of reading. And while I do use intuition while reading, I think pretty much all of us do, that isn't the basis of how I read the cards. So even though I think this deck will work for me, and I just know there's going to be a situation where I go, oh my gosh, I need that deck to read this. I need that deck to work with for this particular situation. But it's not going to be like an everyday reader for me. It's just, there's too much noise. And even though the art is just beautiful and absolutely stunning and very talkative, I just feel like there's too much going on in the artwork to be really a daily reader for me. But, if you are an intuitive reader, this might work really good for an everyday read for you. I think this was the first edition of this Bonefire deck, and I'm pretty sure there's another edition that's out now. And even though I don't really use this deck that much, I do love the art so much that I will probably be buying the other one too, just because I feel like this one is lonely and it needs a friend. Now, if you're looking at this deck and you're going, gosh, I really love the art, I'd like to work with that deck, but it seems so complicated, the book is phenomenal. The artist really goes into why she chose the art for each of her images, and it really gives you a greater understanding of how to work with this deck. So I think it's completely possible. I just haven't been in this space in my life to learn a newer system. And like I said, you could read this intuitively. It's very Rider-Waite-Smith, and I think that would work just fine. But also, I think to really read it properly, you would need to dive into that guidebook and kind of get an idea of why the artist chose what she did. So for now, I think this is going to go in the very special bag that I made it, and I will put a picture in so you can see, because the box is rather large and I didn't have a bag that would fit. Your typical tarot bag doesn't fit the box, so I crocheted one that would fit in so that I could hang it on my hooks with my other bags. But I think I'm going to get the next deck. I think that I like the art enough that I'm going to get it, even though I haven't done a lot of reading with it. I just really like this art, and I don't want my deck to be lonely. And remember, you are loved.